you know yet. I've tried some time, and I'm dying to tell you. You blow my mind. I don't know if you know yet. I've realized, and I'm dying to tell you.
Alright, so, might know, I used to be a cook. Patty will tell you right away that I used to be a chef. Nah, I never ran the show or anything, I just worked. So today we're gonna try to cook some chicken fricassee, something I have cooked before, but we're gonna follow the recipe down in that cookbook over there. It's the Epcot something or other cookbook. I think it's from one of the, like all their festivals combined. It might just be food and wine, I'm not sure. Let's look. It's all the festivals combined. So there we go, bouillon in the pot. That's gonna get to a boil. I'll mash those up in time. This is gonna be our general cooking liquid to make both the velouté as well as the liquid for our rice pilaf, which will be going in there. So next up, I gotta get some onions going. What was the thing? I was taught, you know, pilaf doesn't just mean rice with stuff in it. Pilaf is a cooking method. You get some oil in the pan, veggies, whatever you want in there, and then you take the rice and you kind of stir it in the oil, and then you add your cooking liquid and cook it in the oven. All right, let's see on the other side of that. That's done. We need to get our asparagus cut. And usually that snapping point is the difference between the part that will be gross and chewy, forever chewy, and the part that will be, you know, nice and easy to eat. Alright, as per the recipe, these will be cut into 2-inch pieces, but first I need to address my mess. Count it! Yeah, 2 inches or an inch. I know sizes. And the mushrooms are to be in 1/4-inch slices. That's very specific. I'm just gonna cut them. Not worry about it too much. I'm gonna cut up our nice boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Hi. Cut up those chicken thighs next. First I'm gonna dry them off. Typically when cooking, you want something to sear. You wanna dry it off first. Otherwise it won't sear, it'll just turn white. Same thing with steaks, most importantly on steaks. So we're gonna get these dried off. I'm gonna dice them up 1/2-inch pieces. Again, probably wanna trim some of that fat off because chicken fat's kind of gross. I think we'll live. Wee wee! Yeah, so next up we're gonna get the pilaf rolling. Like I was saying while I was cutting up the chicken. Hi Patty. We're gonna get some oil in this pan. Get some onions in this pan, get them nice and cooked, and then we're gonna add the rice, let that warm up and break down the exterior hull a little bit. Yeah, I'm not measuring oil. Oil in the pan, and give it a second to heat up so when I drop it, it'll just start sizzling.
I measure the length of time between when I start cooking and when I set off the fire alarm.
The fire alarm knows you're about to cook, and it goes off before anything starts. Ow. How's that? I'm callous, I'm cold. Oh, good test. Is your oil ready? Sizzle, it's ready. Onions in. It's hard to do this with one hand. So I'll make it happen. In the pan. 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 So while that's going, it's going to be the cooking liquid for it. We're just going to sweat these. We're not going to caramelize them. Caramelize it when they get brown. Sweat is when they get translucent. So I figure while those onions are doing their magic, I'll get started on the velouté. That's just a sauce, like a white chicken stock baked sauce. There we go. Over medium heat, whisk in flour and cook until golden brown. So this is called making a roux. And making a roux is focus. Thank you. Making a roux is not super easy, not super difficult, but there's lots of places you go wrong. Getting your quantities wrong, burning your butter so it breaks, burning the roux. Just a thing of patience, really. So in we go with 2 tablespoons of butter. When you make a roux, it's always going to be equal amounts of fat and flour. You can use other fats to make a roux. Butter is used most often. I don't know why. No answer there. But we're gonna let this butter melt, and then we're gonna scoop out the milk solids because they are the primary candidate for burning. Meanwhile, back in onion land, they're just about there. I'm gonna say like another minute. And these will be that magic translucent that is debatable. Whoever opened this bag is a jerk. Oh wait. It was me. So I doubled down on that. Whoever opened this bag is a jerk.
There's a lot of rice.
It's 2 cups. Following the recipe to a T. I'll make us cauliflower rice so we're just gonna like let the oil coat here. Kind of like we're just toasting the rice really. Trying to get all the flavor spread out from the olive oil and onion. I gotta clarify this butter right now. All of that white stuff, those are your milk solids. Don't ask me to get into eating that in the butter. I do it at one point, I don't anymore. I don't know.
You're just keeping out the white
yeah,
bits?
the milk solids, because if something's gonna burn, it's gonna be those. And I don't want a burnt flavor to this. It's not like I'm making a dark roux. It's a velouté, so I'm gonna make a light roux. And like I said before, equal parts. Hi. That's a flattering angle. Equal parts fat and flour. 2 tablespoons fat being butter. And 2 tablespoons of flour. Yeah, take care not to overpack those. Now I'm done with you. And the consistency you're going for is like a wet sand. This is not like wet sand. This is too light right now. So I'm gonna add a little more flour. And meanwhile, this pilaf is. I'll give it another minute or 2.
Is it more liquid? Okay.
Are you questioning me?
Of course.
Whenever you're cooking, don't just grab something without kind of giving it a squeezy to it first. Because it's not all hot, especially when you have the oven going your burners. 3 cups. So many other cup of that inside. Kick this to high. We're gonna be going for a boil.
High?
I got liquid in there. I can cook on high. Yeah, we have a bit of dispute over high heat. How many times a week do I tell you to turn it down? At least once. No more than 20.
I set up a lot of alarms. It's like my MO.
But this is gonna get to a boil, and I'm gonna add my bay leaf. And because I like things to taste good.
I almost threw that out just a second ago.
You did. I have a different little clip to show. Yeah, I just, keep leaves out sometimes. I went outside, picked it, thought it was really, really pretty dry leaf. Like I said before, this roux, it's a little runny. Wet sand wouldn't do that, that's too loose. So I'll add a little bit more flour, a very little bit at a time, because if you go the other way, then you gotta add more fat. That takes time to melt down. The one thing you really want to avoid that you shouldn't do is adding water. Water has no place in a roux. You'll add water when it's actually time to make a sauce. Yeah, that was not enough. Being a bit shy, I guess. How's that? You gonna be good? Watch this, it's gonna go over. I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna not take heed of my own words of caution. Not take headed of. That's pretty thick, so I just gotta make sure I mix that all together. Kinda like wet sand, yeah. Bit thick. I'm gonna let that sit there. Should get a nice little bubble going to it. Turn the heat a little bit. So once our pilaf gets to a boil, I will cover it and throw it in the oven, which is preset. While we're waiting on all these other things we got going, I'm gonna get this chicken seasoned with some salt and pepper. Again, salt and pepper I think is just like a taste thing. I personally like things pretty salty. And that's not too much for the quantity. And pretty peppery, because different people have different taste buds. My taste buds say, feed me salt. And they also say things like, this isn't salty, stop eating it. Or if like I'm eating sweets, my taste buds say, why aren't you eating actual food? But that's just me. And it looks pretty good, feels pretty good. Better go watch that. So we just got a boil on here. So I'm gonna kill that, cover it, and put it in the oven. So many things, so little time. This is usually when I like to touch up my focus. Touch up my roux once I see that bubbling going on. And you'll see like as I turn it, the bottom that gets kicked up is a little bit darker. Not by much though. And this is my roux. It's going. It's a development. It'll take some time, but I want it to so I can do other things at the same time. And with that, all right, but 5:57. So I got 20 minutes for that pilaf. Gonna go over here, grab my pot. This will be the chicken cooking pot. Yeah, bo. Beer break. Meanwhile, we got the roux going over here. Our pilaf is now in the oven, which you can't see. There it is. Make sure it covers. Rice is cooked by steam. So if you're not covered, you're not cooking. I would have used a glass cover, but I forgot if mine were oven safe. So I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to blow glass up today. Maybe another day I'll try that experiment. Probably not, though. Yep, okay, so there we go on that. I have a very strong feeling that I boiled off some of my cooking liquid. So I'm gonna up that a little bit. So the roux is really getting to a point where it's just really changing the color now. It seems a bit loose, but I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think it's too loose, I think it's good. I'm not filming it, it's right there. If I do a little tilt test on it, tilt it should not just like slide. There we go, that's nice. Yeah, see, like kind of like wet sand. Wet sand. Bit of flow to it, but not too much. Definitely has a low viscosity. Yep, I'm just gonna cook that till it gets a little more yellow. Speaking of yellow, I better let the dog out. Yeah, go outside, puppers. And that oil is ready to go. In fact, it's so ready to go, this is gonna go when I put it in. Ready for... Careful, I didn't burn myself. In review, that's too many mushrooms. There's no such thing. I love that. Yeah, you gotta clean up as you go. I'll take care of you later. Alright, brew check. How you do? I gotta make sure I'm pointing this camera in the right place. Brew's doing good. Definitely a different color now. It is browning up, and I actually think that's where I want to stop it. I don't want it to get too much darker than that, or it will really make the sauce dark, which is not what we want, so I'm killing that heat. You get stirred. You get stirred, you're gonna cook for a little bit, not too long. I mean, the chicken's going in on you. That right there, that chicken. Yeah. I want that. I'm gonna get that velouté going. I gotta remember that this pan in the back is super hot. Slowly add it. Yeah, see how that's kind of thick enough it's looking like. I don't really know. I got no good comparison. Mashed potatoes. That's a good comparison. Looks like mashed potatoes. So that means add more. You're going to add it as you go slowly. Get it stirred to distribute all that roux. This is like way too thick still. Kind of looking like a Thanksgiving gravy right now. Right back at you. I don't want it that thick though.
I got a new ball.
You got a new ball?
Yeah, cookie ball.
A net ball. Probably good at catching bugs. That's my guess. This will thicken up. There is so much roux in there. A lowish heat for like 10 minutes. Here's our veg. About ready for the chicken in there. I'm going to move it mostly to the side so I can get my chicken as much as possible onto the hot bottom. And I want to cook the vegetables in there too so they get some of that chicken flavor. So that'll go, and I'll flip it over when I think it's ready to be flipped. Traditional fricassee does not have things like cream of chicken in it. It's usually a white wine reduction, I believe, with the velouté, with flour going in with the chicken thighs themselves, so the roux that's generated comes from the chicken fat. Instead here, we're gonna be pretty much artificially thickening this with the cream of chicken soup, and I got no problem with that because I've definitely made the traditional style, and it's come out good. It's come out, in my opinion, bad, but in my friend's opinion, they're like, it's amazing. But I'm like, this is like water. We're eating like water soup. Remember that one? That was with R&K. Anyway, yeah, they liked it. I was like, it tastes good, but it's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I digress. Using these kind of like cheaty things makes it a bit easier. Just taking a quick peek at our velouté. If I give it some stirs, it's definitely got, yeah, it kind of looks like almost like a caramel sauce. It's definitely not that thick though. If I do a little nappe check, nappe is some other French word that means I don't know what. I mean, I remember at culinary school, you take the back of something and you coat it, and then you go, boom, draw a line across. And see if it holds that line. Look at that, it's holding the line pretty good. You can't see it on there. Yeah, so if you're checking to see if your sauce is decent thickness, dip back the spoon in, draw a line across. That line should hold pretty well. And it does, so that velouté is pretty decent. Not much flavor to it, but most of my flavor is in that pot, so I'm not too worried about going crazy with salt and pepper in there. Yeah, and I use bouillon too, which is already really salty, so I'm not looking to add too much more flavor there. I could add a bay leaf though. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, so focus. I'm pretty happy with where we're at on this chicken and asparagus and mushrooms, so I'm just gonna add my velouté. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Had a lot of mushroom liquid in there. I kinda like that about mushrooms, they just secrete liquid. I'm gonna add that velouté. I'm gonna add my cream of chicken. I didn't look how much I need to add. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I'm adding the whole can of cream of chicken, and here we go. Yes, that is traditional cooking at its finest. Big old globby. I'm gonna add this too, but I'm gonna add it to my cream of chicken can to get all that salty goodness out of there. I could stir it up, but I'm gonna give it a little swishy swash. You go in there too. Yeah, the French should be rolling over right now. I'm just gonna get the rest of this can in there. That doesn't fit. Alright, gonna give this a stir to get it uniform. That lovely, lovely chicken goop. That's a lovely color, I do have to say. So that's gonna get up to a simmer with the lid on, and that's cooking for 20. My rice is probably almost done. I better check that. So here's fun times. Let's see if I can do this with one hand without spilling everything. Everything. I don't like this oven mitt much. This oven mitt does not insulate heat. Oh my god. This is an oven mitt for show. Oh, look at you. Look at you, look at you. That is getting dangerously close to a boil. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. Don't want to boil, we want to simmer. A boil will definitely make the chicken get tough by making the proteins coagulate too much. So I'm gonna get that a little lower. Stop. If I blow on you, will you cool down? It didn't work, it's still bubbling. So we're really gonna take the heat down on that. This burner is notorious in my mind for being hotter than I think it is. So we're gonna keep a close eye on there. Looking a little better. It's looking a little better. Yeah, obviously you gotta make spaghetti for the kids. Italian household after all. My favorite step of rice pilaf, as soon as it's done, oh, I need to not touch that handle. This is difficult with one hand. I should put the camera down and reassess the situation, because I almost grabbed that handle and it was just in that oven. So don't grab that handle. Usually, what do I usually do when something I know is hot? I'll go like that. That way I know not to touch it. I didn't do it this time though. I blame you. I blame you. You make me make bad decisions. But you're delicious, so I'm gonna have more of you. Yeah, so once your pilaf is done, you wanna fluff it up. You wanna get it off the walls, really. Because you don't want it to cake onto there. You wanna have some body to it. It should be light and fluffy, it shouldn't just be like a cake of rice. And that's looking just freaking lovely. Gonna give that a stir. Make sure the bottom isn't turning into some paste that I never want to wash. Oh, it helps if I film it. Feeling nice and thick, not too runny. Sauce is a little drippy. Something I don't like about having to simmer something, it's like between a boil and like a poach. So while I'm cooking this delicious meal, the family's in the other room. They are watching movies, and Elena said, "How about we watch Baymax?" I agree. Watch Baymax. Maybe skip like the first 10 minutes, but definitely watch Big Hero 6. Okay, so we gotta taste test this. I tasted it, I know my feelings, but I gotta have Patty taste test it too, so here you go. So the verdict's in, we need more salt, so just gonna salt. How is bot fighting illegal? What is wrong? Gotta make sure to clean as we go, so just gonna, yeah, we're all clean now. Mm-hmm. Rice is good. This is, play with the temperature, can't stop bubbling. I can't hold a simmer. I just can't do it. 10 minutes, we'll be good. Of course, that spaghetti there was for the kids. Because we don't really know if they're gonna eat the rice or not. It's a lot of rice. I don't know. We should put it out for the birds. You can't eat that much rice. Oh my goodness. But for the kids, there you go. Gonna melt that butter, make that spaghetti be irresistible. The recipe called for parsley. Fresh parsley. But I guess that before I'm kind of cheap. I don't really buy too many fresh herbs. That's like probably more laziness than cheapness, let's face it. So I'm probably just gonna add some of my dry parsley from Spice Supreme, the #1 brand at Ocean State Job Lot. Can't beat those 99-cent spices. But typically when you use dry spices, they go in earlier because they need time to set up because they're dehydrated. I'm just gonna there's like nothing in there. I used all my Job Lot parsley. Yeah, that's good. Screw that in. Maybe it'll give it some flavor. It won't. Parsley has no flavor. Spoiler alert, it's just green stuff. Nah, that's not true. Parsley does have flavor. Curly leaf Italian parsley? That doesn't know. That happened quick. So, yeah, we're getting down towards the end. Most of my mise is done. The only thing we have left, I left the oil out. Get back in the cabinet oil. Spice cabinet of destruction. Hide it. Kill it with fire, actually. That's a well, let's see how if you find it. That's a pretty crazy spice cabinet. Oh yeah, rice wine vinegar. Need that. Got the yeast. Mortar pestle. Yes. Need one of those, always. 2 kinds of salt too. You can't just have the iodized salt. You need the kosher salt because the iodized salt tastes like garbage and should only be used in baking. Aha! Kosher salt is where it's at. You know it. I know it. Another 5 minutes, and this should be ready to roll. Oh yeah, here's the kids' pasta. In case they hate all the food, which is always a possibility. You know, if you have kids, you spend your night like, this will be the best kid meal ever. And then, you know, you give it to them and they're like, this is garbo. You just go back to pasta and butter. They'll eat that. Real talk. What did we, Patty, did we make our own chicken nuggets?
Yep, they didn't go over very well.
No. Did you think they were good?
Yes.
I thought they were good. They're made of shredded drumsticks and thighs.
Yeah, I just don't like chicken nuggets that much anymore now.
Fats. Yeah, no, you're right. If they get McDonald's, they're more into the burger and fries. So maybe we were off on our attempt. But hey, we're almost done. That's a good thing. Hey Patty, what are you doing?
Cutting up the kids' meals.
What's that pickle for?
It's their vegetable.
It is cucumber.
It is green.
It is green. It's green and they eat it. I'm hoping they give the asparagus a shot that's in here. And well, we know both of them do like mushrooms.
Yeah, they like mushrooms, corn, peas, so.
Yeah.
We had corn at lunch.
Let's face it, Phil will eat anything you put in front of his face.
No, they both ate most of the corn on the cob at lunch.
Well, corn on the cob is not a vegetable. That is a starch.
Technically a vegetable, but it is a starch.
Yeah, it's a vegetable without the health benefits of a vegetable. You know, you adults,
But
you know what I'm talking about. It's like potatoes are vegetables. I'm gonna eat only potatoes.
Pickles are a true vegetable.
Yes, they are. And pickles are also loaded with delicious salt.
Depends what kind of pickle you get.
Salt? Salt? What kind of unsalted pickle you eating? I will say, when I started teaching, I was the teacher that only ate pickles. I was like, I will eat pickles for lunch. Boy, did I look good. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Are you hungry? Garbage. Yuck. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. You done. We're gonna see how you taste. Let's do it. Plating time. I almost forgot. The final instruction is to remove from heat, which we did, and stir in peas. Okay, well here you go, peas. Take a bath. These will cook basically instantly. All right, now we're gonna plate it up. So I'm gonna try to make it look like the plating, for reference, like that. Yeah, that asparagus was not cooked in the velouté, and at no point did it say remove it. So my asparagus won't be so green. I'm not too worried.
Can I see?
Yeah.
You're gonna have some if you want.
I think you should have some. Do you want some? You're gonna have some, right, Lance?
Bye, Lainey.
I like the
So what's the verdict?
I like the asparagus flavor, like the peas and the mushrooms. They add a lot of flavor. It's
Yeah.
nice to eat rice.
It is nice to eat rice. That's not normal
Current for us.
occurrence for us.
I like my ambience to include heavy panting.
Oh yes.
So
She's begging.
that's
Must
a
be
check.
good. Must be
Yeah,
good if she's
it's
begging.
delightful. Yeah, you should check on
Well, I mean, I cooked it, so yeah, I tried it at many points, but I will get right to it.
Yeah, it's good.
So my turn, I guess. I just mix my sauce right on my rice because it's gonna get mixed downstairs anyway. So get a piece of chicken, some asparagus, get a mushroom on there. Yeah, that tastes like fricassee. You know, I should have added the tarragon though.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. Didn't cross my mind until like just now. I was like, oh my god, tarragon. That goes with this.
Is it in the recipe?
No.
I like that I can taste each of the unique flavors.
I'm kind of just getting velouté. I mean, I can taste the asparagus when I crunch into it. I can taste the chicken. I think the velouté is, which is just the bouillon sauce. That's what's really coming through. So, recipe turned out pretty good. I would definitely eat it again, but eat probably too much of it. Has cooked a lot of rice. Like, a lot of rice. Did not eat it all. Main recipient of that rice will be right there. Yes. Zuju. Should eat a lot of that rice. What do you think, Patty?
It was very tasty, very creamy. I would have preferred more spice.
Me too. We both eat spicy.
More veg. It was kind of like very creamy. So if you like creamy,
Yeah.
I'm sure it appeals to a lot of people. It was delightful.
I would say though that this picture lies like cheap soup. There is no way with that sauce that these bits of asparagus are coming out that green. That asparagus was not cooked in the sauce.
Yeah, no.
And this recipe did not say to remove it. But it's alright, because the asparagus was delicious. I enjoyed it. It was good. 10 out of 10. We'll cook again. Did they try any? No. Well, anyway, that was fun. We'll pick another one at some point. Maybe never. Yeah.
I don't know if you know yet. I've tried some time, and I'm dying to tell you.
You gotta go outside. Why don't you let me outside?
I don't know if you know yet. I've realized
It's nice to get out of the hot kitchen.
I'm dying to tell
It
you.
is toasty in there. That's my dog peeing. Why? I don't know why. I'm filming dog pee. What are you filming? Dog pee? It's so dark in there you can't see anything. Hi, wife.